Hi, everybody. Welcome to our team call this week. It is, what is today? March 10th, 2016. Already almost mid-March, which is crazy. Just a couple things. I changed the cover photo for our team page that has all of the challenge packs that are on sale this month. So check that out. Just make sure you know what they all are. 22-Minute Hardcore is the new program that came out, and I just want to make sure everybody knows that the challenge pack comes with the free sandbag for customers. So that's pretty cool. But for us coaches, if we want to get the sandbag, we obviously can't purchase the challenge pack. So what we can do is get the deluxe pack, which I usually tend to do anyway, because you get the extra DVDs. And you'll also get the sandbag, which is really awesome. And you'll get another set of containers, and you can always use them if you need them. But if you don't, you can give them away as a prize, or use them as like props for things or stuff like that. So just wanted to throw that out there. Another thing I want to announce, and I'm actually super excited, she's on the call right now. Miss Danielle earned Success Starters, so she got a free ticket to Summit, which is so awesome. Congrats. So proud of you. For people who don't know what that means, I know us on the call does, but just for those who listen to the recording, if you don't know what Success Starters means, it means you hit Success Club your first 3 months in a row of being a coach, and they give you a free ticket to the next summit that's happening, which of course is the one this year happening in July in Nashville. So that is super exciting. Congrats. I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to really announce. So today, me and Laura kind of just quickly wanted to go over a couple of exciting trainings that we're working on for our team. I know there have been a lot of new coaches that have been joining us. Our team is growing, which is fabulous, and we want to, of course, be able to provide you guys with trainings to get you started right, to get you, going in the right direction, and so that you don't kind of feel lost when you're getting started out. Because I know there's kind of a lot involved in coaching, and we just want to give you guys, monthly trainings for either ourselves to go through or for you to be able to put your new coaches in so that they have a way to get started and to know what's going on. So I will talk about mine first. There's a couple that I have in the works right now. One of them I'm really excited about. I'm calling it the Smart Start training. So this is kind of, here, let me screen share. I have a little bit of an outline going right now, but this is basically the training that I will start offering. I don't know if I'm going to just have it as a page, like a group page already with numbered posts, and people can just kind of go in there and look at it at their own leisure, or if it's something that I might just kind of run maybe like the first week of every month and post once a day or twice a day, depending on how many. I think it's twice a day actually, but basically this training is like the very basic things you need to know just starting out as a coach, but it's the things you need to know. So like, what is Beachbody? What is this coaching opportunity? How did it start? How can you navigate through your coach online office? Kind of explains, like I'll attach the video for that, share what your coach online office is. I point out a couple of things that I want you to pay attention to when you're looking through, where is it? Did I pass it? Maybe I have this out of order. But I kind of like numbered a couple things to pay attention to. So, here it is, like where your coach ID is, how to edit your website, where to go to see if you have enough personal volume to stay active, how many Success Club points you have, all that kind of stuff, just that you want to know as a new coach. Other stuff in there will be I want to remind everybody what their expected monthly charges are. So sometimes, when you start off as a new coach, typically people will sign up with a challenge pack. And what this means is you are going to have HD Shakeology. So I like to remind people that your Shakeology is going to ship and bill every 30 days. You are going to have that additional $16.95 a month fee that covers your whole, Coach Online office and all that stuff. I'll explain like what that fee is for, but I want to remind people of that, and also remind people that they are going to be charged for club membership 30 days later, and let them know to set a reminder for themselves if they don't want that, or, just so they are, it's not something that happens out of the blue. Because sometimes, when you're telling people, usually we tell people all of this stuff as they're signing up, but it's kind of one of those things where like, at the time you're just hearing what you want to hear and you're like excited about this new program, and you kind of just totally forget that one or two little sentences that says, by the way, you're gonna have club membership access for free for 30 days, but then you're gonna get charged. Like that usually kind of goes in one ear out the other at the time, so which is understandable, but just a friendly reminder. I'm gonna give a link to the Coach mobile app and explain how to use that, as well as the BB Links app for iPhones. I don't know if that's on an Android or not, and a couple of other ways like coachandcoach.com, ways so that people know how to quickly and easily get their customers what they need, or potential coaches what they need. Because I feel like so often when you're getting started and you announce it and people want to jump on board with you, and you're kind of just like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing yet though. So I want to give people this type of training so that they can kind of refer back to this, have a place to look where they know where the information is, and use it that way. Also, I want to go over coach placement, because again, sometimes it happens so quickly that you have one or two or even more people who want to sign up as coaches on your team, and you definitely want to take advantage of that Emerald rank advancement as soon as you can, which entails proper coach placement. So that's something that we'll quickly go over. I'm going to share some videos on how we earn money in the compensation plan. So nothing like in too much detail, but just basic, training on that. We'll quickly go over social media training a little bit, just because there is certain strategies with social media you want to use. There's certain things you don't want to do, certain things you want to do. Starting out, that I'm hoping to start teaching people sooner rather than later. But again, everybody does their own thing at first, and there's really no wrong. It's just kind of, there are always better ways to do things. So we'll start training on that. I'm going to do a quick video. Melanie Mitchell has an awesome one about how to use the business activity tracker, which is something that Laura is actually going to talk a little bit more about. And then I wanted to also put in here, there's links that I found. So like as coaches, if we have issues with anything, if we want to change something about our order, if we want to ask about like our volume or any like customer service things for coaches, we would contact coach relations. But for customers, they contact customer service. So I just kind of put in the bottom part the direct links that we can send to customers if they want to email or actually chat with customer service. So I always highly recommend that everybody does chat over email or over phone calls, because or at least email. Like phone call to me is last resort, because you're going to be on the phone for a long time waiting. And I feel like more often than not, that's where people run into issues with either something that they asked for not going through, and then they have kind of no way of really proving that they ever had the conversation in the first place. So with chat, you may have to wait a little bit to get an available agent to do the chat with you for coach relations and customer service, but it's almost like instant chatting with somebody about the problem. They will give you your answer right after that. They usually attach like it's not called an order number, but like an incident number or whatever. So you have that to refer back to. And then every single chat that you have the transcript of that gets emailed to you afterwards. So if, you ever had an issue or a customer had an issue with something, but they did a chat, you can always go back and you kind of almost have a way to say like, listen, this conversation did happen. I was told that it was canceled or whatever it is. And then hopefully that can escalate things a little bit faster. Ideally, there will be no issues with customers having problems with orders, but I do know, and Carl has talked about this a lot in at like events and stuff like that, that, you know, Beachbody, they started it, I think like 8 or so years ago now, without realizing how quickly this was gonna just boom and blossom. And they did not know they would be this successful this fast. So they started off, you know, with little money that they had and with the resources that they had. And then all of a sudden their business exploded. So they are seriously they're doing their absolute best to accommodate the amount of coaches and customers that we have with the systems that they're using, but they're also in the process of updating their systems. They opened a new facility recently. They're hiring a bunch of new customer service and coach relation agents. And of course, you know, when you get jobs like that, there's training involved. And I've been hearing a lot of people having issues with customer service or coach relations. And, you know, that kind of can happen with everything. So I think a lot of people get very frustrated about it. And it can easily be frustrating when it's something, when it happens to yourself, yes, but when it happens to a customer and then they get really upset like that, that can be hard to handle. So I just want to kind of throw out there that they're doing a very good job of trying to keep that from happening, and doing their best at trying to accommodate the amount of people that they need to service. But that being said, you know, issues are happening, and as long as we're staying positive and we can be good customer service agents ourselves, you know, if something falls through or something's wrong, we can always offer to send them something a little extra, or we can try and talk to coach relations for them, all kinds of stuff. But that ended up being a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but these are the links that we're going to use for that. And then I'm going to add the links for us coaches to use for coach relations and show you where to find that in your online office as well. So that is that's going to be a 7-day training, or I'm just going to kind of leave it open for us to just place new coaches in. I wonder, I might just kind of like let people comment and either leave it in there, or if it starts to get like overly commented, I can always like delete old things. But that's something I want to use for brand new coaches, so they know they can get like the basics. Like this is something that I want us to start putting our brand new coaches in so they can go through this. And then I want them to be reaching out then to their upline coach and telling them they've completed this training. Then you can start being like, did you have any questions? Like, how did it go? Ask them about it. And then it will then be their responsibility to let you know they've done this, they feel confident, and they want to get placed in the next Coach Basics. And that's the other training that I'm starting to work on for our team as well. I want to start hosting a monthly, I want to call it the Coach Success Academy. I think it's a little bit more, I don't know, I thought that was a little bit more fun of a name for it. But I don't know quite how long that training is going to be. I know through like Rockstar and Fit Mama, they've been kind of playing around with it. They're going, some of them have tried 7 days, some have tried 14. They used to be 30. I'm going to kind of work with a couple people and try and get them. I think with this Smart Start training, it'll take out a lot that we have to talk about in Coach Basics. So I'm hoping to keep it relatively short, but I also don't want to leave stuff out that's going to benefit people. So I'm kind of still working on how long that training is going to be. But again, that's something I want to start running monthly so we can always have a place for new coaches to be put in, so they can learn the basics of coaching and get started right that way as well. And then eventually down the line, we'll start doing other trainings, like things along the lines of like Emerald to Diamond, Diamond to 1 star, that type of thing. But I haven't finished these quite yet. So let's start here. And then, so Laura actually had this wicked awesome idea to have a training specifically on how to use the business activity tracker, and which I think is awesome. Me and her were talking about this, and we were like, I don't know why for so long we've been like, I don't know, like afraid of the activity tracker, or just like didn't realize that we needed it as bad, or what. But basically the business activity tracker, she shared an Excel version of it in our page, I think it was last week. And she created her own, which I actually love that that she did that, because it allows you to kind of put like numbers for certain things. But basically, this is a way to track your business so you can see where your strengths are and where your weaknesses are. And then you can kind of try to even everything out and make sure you're hitting all of the points that we need to be hitting every day in order to really effectively grow your business and grow as a coach. And if you're not using something like a tracker, if you're not tracking your business, then things can get lost and fall off, and you might forget about things, or you might not realize how much you're avoiding certain things. Like for me, inviting, I actually did the business activity tracker. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I haven't even thought about it this week, but my inviting section was very bad. So that to me shows me that I need to work on inviting. But anyways, I will turn it over to Laura so she can talk a little bit more about that.
Thank you. Yeah, you gave pretty much the sum of it. This first training is going to be kind of a test run to see how you guys like it. So I plan on it being pretty interactive. But just from a schedule perspective, I plan on kicking it off on Monday and having Monday through Wednesday be sort of BAT overview. So we'll go through the different sections in the BAT, help everybody set theirs up, because there's some things that sort of are standard, and then there's some things that can be very custom to your business and how you want to be running things. And then we'll, on Thursday, kick off a week of BAT Blitz. So the reason we're starting on Thursday is because most of the top coaches recommend doing your BAT Thursday to Wednesday, because that's the Beachbody business week. So if you have goals about rank advancement or a certain, volume you want to get, or et cetera, Thursday to Wednesday is the way to do it. So I'm going to kick it off Monday. I'll be posting and posts and videos Monday through Wednesday, and everyone can kind of get on board and get their BATs up and running. Everyone's welcome to use my template, and I'll post that again in the group that we start. But I really want people in the group that are like serious about starting the BAT. So this is separate from new coach training. This is separate from coach basics. This is really about how do we all get back organized? How do we make sure that we're, hitting those goals, like Jackie said, every week? So people that are really, really focused. I'm not just going to dump everybody that's in our teams in there. I want people to sign up that are ready to roll with this. I've been using it for maybe 10 days, and it's been completely life-changing. And like Jackie said, I was so resistant, and I just thought it was stupid for some reason. I was like, I don't need a piece of paper to tell me what I need to do. I can remember how many people I'm supposed to contact. I can remember that I'm supposed to post 3 times a day. I can remember, it just seemed silly to me, and it was like another useless thing for me to do. And I was so unbelievably wrong. One of the things I've been complaining about for like 6 months was that I wasn't organized. And I was participating in the Bearcat training that Bob Lucido's had going on for the last couple months. And he keeps repeating, this business is system driven. This business is system driven. This business is system driven. You have to have a system. Find a system that works. And I really haven't had a system. It's sort of been like peaks and valleys. Like I'll post a lot, and then a lot of people will be interested, and then I'll have a little conversations going on. And then the well will dry up, and then I'll start posting again, and it's just been sort of haphazard. And I'm telling you that since I started tracking on the BAT, it's been so consistent. The well is not dry. I'm having conversations every single day. I'm already at SC4. Like it's going. And it just makes so much more sense. And it takes me like 2 minutes at the end of every night to just go through and check off and make sure I did everything. And in the morning, I'll just kind of refresh my memory. And you can set your own goals. So there's nothing, the reason I created it my own in Excel was so that I could actually like physically on the computer go in there and check things off rather than having to print it out. And because the one in the online office is in a PDF, so you have to like print it out every time. But this way I can save it. And I reformatted a little bit, but everybody's welcome to reformat it to your particular needs, add lines, delete lines, whatever your goals are. But the goal line that's in there, and what I've found so important, and I'll go over a lot of this in training, but what I've found so important about that goal line is that 2 things. One, you can set your own goals. So you can challenge yourself. You can figure out what pace you want to be on. You can figure out, what makes sense for you. If there is a week that you're going to be away or you're going to be busy, you can back off that goal a little bit. You can really control the pace of your business. But the other thing that's been eye-opening for me is realizing exactly where I'm falling short. And like Jackie said, I looked at my BAT Wednesday night because I had wrapped up the week, and there was only one day where I hit my invite goal. So if I'm sitting, and I have a big goal around signing business building coaches this month, and I didn't invite anybody to the business opportunity last week. How am I going to assign business building coaches? They're not just going to come out of the woodwork. But this is keeping me honest to myself and really keeping me honest to those goals in a very real way. So I've had to sort of change my strategy this week and really focus on that. Personal development. I've always thought I was a really good person at personal development. I always have a book going, but there were several days last week that I either didn't do it at all, or I was only got in like 10 minutes before I got distracted. So it keeps me honest with that too. And the only person keeping track is me. It's just a way to sort of give yourself a score at the end of the week. And then at the end of the month, if you're not where you thought you were going to be, you have something to look back at and figure out why. And so anyway, I'm hoping it'll be valuable for other people. My plan will be to do this training probably once a month for anybody that wants to jump in. But what I'd like to do is either, as Jackie, you and I can talk about it, but either as part of the weekly call or as a separate half-hour call for the people that have been through the BAT Blitz, to just have like a BAT check-in. So we're kind of all keeping each other honest. But for sure at the end of the training, so when we get to Wednesday a week from now, or a week from next Wednesday, and we've all done 1 week of the BAT in that group, we'll have a call and I'll sort of check in and see how we did and see how we're feeling and see if anyone has any questions. So
that sounds awesome. And what you just said gave me the idea too, because I know that I'm going to need people to hold me accountable to keep doing this. I just know myself, and I know I'm going to need that. So I'm thinking we should have like an ongoing group, kind of almost like a challenge group, where maybe like every week we have to share our BAT with the group. Like we have to take a picture of it or a screenshot or whatever, and we have to post it every Thursday morning or Wednesday night, whatever we want it to be. We can also kind of use that as even a resource. Like I know, I hope everyone that I invited to the Invite Like a Boss group got in now that Candace is back, but almost we could kind of use it like that too, like sharing strategies for like, oh, I reached out to someone today, I invited someone today, and this is what I said, and it totally worked for me. Like, feel free to use that, or I don't know, other things, or like we can share personal development, not to like make that a group maybe get a little bit crazy, but I think we could actually use that as a resource for people who have spent the time, gone through that training, but want to be consistent with it and keep going with it, and want to be held accountable, because I know I'm going to need to be. So
yeah, it's so true. And the only reason I've been so on top of it this month is I got a new success partner, and he and I have been like talking every single day, and that was sort of our plan. We both have big summit goals. We both just were like, we need to get our heads out of our butts and start doing this. So we're keeping each other accountable, and we have to send each other our BAT every day, and we're talking about strengths and weaknesses and being very brutal with each other about, you know, where we're falling short and how that's not aligning with our goals and things like that. So having either one person or a whole group of people to kind of prod you along is going to be really important on this stuff. But take my word for it, it's like life-changing, or at least business-changing.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. Thank you so much for that idea and for being willing to put that together for us. That is going to be game-changing, I can tell.
We can just keep the training page open for the rest of this month and use that as sort of a test scenario for that page you're talking about. And then when April comes, we can figure out if we need a new page or if we want to keep it open.
Cool. That sounds awesome. And I think I'm really excited about these trainings. Number one, because I'm excited to have a place that we can put our new coaches so that we're helping them get started. This is going to be great for new coaches, because I feel like a lot of the times they're asked, like the reason that I even thought to do this new 7-day training for like the other stuff is because I've had some new coaches come on who are working the business, and they're asking me all these questions. And I'm like, I thought to myself, like, why don't I just have something available that they can find these answers? Like, why haven't I done that? I don't know why. So I'm happy that all of this is happening, because I want to have a place that people can refer back to, so that they don't feel lost, and you don't feel like especially for new coaches who get started and then they start all of a sudden having coaches on their team, and then those coaches are looking to them for answers, and they're just as brand new. So it's hard to kind of, like, you want to encourage people to grow their team, but when you're encouraging them to grow their team and they don't even know what they're doing yet, that can be very stressful for them. It can, hinder how their coaches get started. Like, it's like a ripple effect. And I'm really excited that we're going to have these now for our team to use. And I think it's going to be really valuable. And I also, I totally forgot that. So in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to go through that training that I did that Saturday morning with Coach Jimmy. It was a 3-hour training. And one of the things that he said was how he puts his new coaches in a group like this, where he has his favorite training videos. He has like the basic information. He'll put a new coach in there, and he makes it their responsibility to go through that training, and then to reach out to him when they're done, ask any questions that they have, and then be ready to get into the next coach basics. And this is going to be super valuable for all of us who are adding new coaches to our team, because it's going to show us who the serious people are. And those are the people that are going to go through these trainings on their own. They're going to take it upon themselves to learn and to grow. And those are the people that are going to be excited about this, because they're doing these things. And then these are the ones that you're going to put into Coach Basics and encourage them to go through it. And they're the ones that are more likely to actually do the Coach Basics. And it's just going to have a very positive effect on these new coaches who really want to get started. Like, they're going to know what to do, how to do it, because we're going to be offering this to them. And then there are going to be some coaches that you're going to sign on who maybe won't be doing those things. And that's okay. That your pace is your pace. Everybody, like my goals in this business aren't yours. Yours aren't mine. I want to, as crazy as this sounds, I want to be a full-time coach by the end of this year. That's a pretty freaking big goal. You guys might not want that. So and I have not been doing what I need to do to get to that place, by the way. So I'm calling myself out on that. But I'm just saying, some of us want to move quickly and want to grow fast, and other people are totally fine with kind of taking it as it comes, and that's okay. It gives us, though, a really good idea of how everybody is, how they learn, how quickly they want to learn, how quickly they want to grow, and then that helps us know how to guide them better. So I think this is going to be really awesome for our team, and I'm so excited I'm thinking April definitely is going to be the month when all this stuff should come together, and we'll start being ready to train our team, which is so exciting. Yay! I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. Oh, for anyone who's coming tomorrow to the dinner, and sorry for those who live far away or can't make it, but I'm probably going to try and call to make a reservation. I don't know if they take reservations. If not, it's totally fine. We'll just show up, and it is what it is. But I'll still give it a try tomorrow. And then also, I posted something earlier on our team page that I want to see people. I want you guys to post pictures of your muscles, because I want to start talking about the Muscle Madness group that we're going to have for this month for whoever wants to be involved in that. And I was Google imaging today, and I was like, oh, I'm going to find some funny muscle pictures. And then I was like, why would I Google it when I have a team full of people who have muscles? That's so much better. So share your muscles, and I'm using them to talk about this group. All right. And then I also asked for anyone who wants to be involved. There's 2 dates that I'm thinking we could start. I don't know if we should start. Is it next Monday? No, not next Monday. Either the 21st or the 28th. So I thought I'd kind of throw it out there, see if anyone had any preference on when we wanted to start it. And then Danielle is starting the free clean eating group next Monday, right? The 14th?
Yes.
So So that's happening as well. And then by the end of this month too, I want to wrap up my like calendar idea where I want to kind of start having a monthly calendar for us that I'm going to share ahead of time. So like hopefully by sometime during the week of March 21st, I want to have that calendar up and ready for April, before April happens, so we can start knowing what to invite people to and when it's happening and all that stuff. Just in case anyone wants to, I mean, that's going to be open for whoever wants to use them. So I think that'll kind of help everyone stay organized as far as like having places to invite people to, having challenge groups, free groups, all that stuff. So we can never say that we don't have we can never say we can't invite people. Like we're always going to have something to invite people to. So speaking to myself, no longer an excuse. I need to invite people. Damn it. All right. Does anybody have anything they want to add? Do you have any questions?
I want to share some stuff.
Yes, please.
So yesterday I met up with my success partner and we sat and started calendar pages actually. So I printed a little weekly calendar. I don't know if you guys can.
Cute.
And it has themes for the day. So like Motivation Monday, Move It Monday, Make It Yourself, and then Tip Tuesday, Tasty Tuesday, Transformation, and obviously Fit Club. And like Woman Crush Wednesday, Workout Wednesday, Throwback Thursday, Thirsty Thursday, and then like Fresh Friday or Fit Friday or whatever. But so we did the weekly calendar with themes.
I love that.
And then we went ahead and we tried to schedule for the month.
Nice.
Free clean eating groups. Like we're going to alternate. We're going to do 5-day free clean groups. One month's going to be the clean eating, and then the next month will be like a water group, and then we're just going to alternate back and forth basically. But we're trying to make it so we plan out when we start like scheduling when to start like promoting it.
Perfect.
So it's the very start of it, but it was along that same idea.
Yes, that is a great idea. And I like that you added in there when to start talking about it. That's a really good idea. Because sometimes, you have something planned and then, you're doing other things. And the next thing, I can't even tell you how many times this has happened to me. I'm like, next thing I know, I'm like, oh shit, I'm supposed to start this in 2 days. And I haven't even like posted about it yet. It's like, what?
Right.
Time just goes
Well, I searched YouTube. I was searching YouTube for like Beachbody monthly calendars of other like Anita Myron I watched, and Shelly Hobbs has a really good one. So we went through and we were listening, and I was kind of taking notes off of what they were, how they set their months up, and just kind of adjusting it to work for us based on where we are today.
That's awesome. Will you share those videos in the team page?
Yes, I will. I have them.
Lovely. That is a great idea, though. I love that. And great job with your success partner. Woo! All right, so that is awesome.
That same thing's kind of been on my mind this week because I'm running into that issue with the clean eating group on Monday. I'm like, oh, it's a few days away and I haven't started thinking about it yet. But I kind of talked with you, Jackie, a little bit this morning, and going back and forth, so if anybody has thoughts or suggestions, but a lot of the people that I had in my last clean eating group want to keep joining the group every month, and they keep asking, like, are you going to have new stuff, new recipes? And so I want to have some sort of a format, but I want it to be flexible as well so that I can change the recipes, but still trying to think of like a good way that I can have a set format so that I can, it can be duplicated and reused, but also have it be flexible enough to change, maybe like having, a theme every month, like, maybe do 1 month the week would be like breakfast, and then the next month have it be soup, or I don't know, just stuff like that, just to kind of keep it new and interesting for the people that keep coming back.
Or maybe seasonal stuff, like seasonal fruits and veggies or whatever.
Right. Yeah. So I like your idea of having like the day of the week, like the themes to kind of keep maybe some sort of a format, but have it be
Yeah.
flexible.
I had them all like in my head and I just kind of kept them there and pulled from when I felt like it, but to put it down and actually see it, it's like, okay, check, 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 check.
Yes, like the BAT. It's like you think you can remember all this stuff, but like, oh my God, it's shocking how much can just like doesn't come to you, or like the day just gets away from you, and it's like the day's half over and you're like, well shit, I've only done like 2 things off my list already. Like it's just so I like having this systems like this is so important. So I'm really proud of you guys for doing those things.
Laura, you in your group, you posted the healthy habits thing, the Healthy Habits 101. Is that kind of like the same idea as the clean eating group?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit broader. It talks about, and that's just a 5-day group, the outline that I put in there, but it talks about nutrition, it talks about fitness, it talks about sleep, it talks about water. There's 2 healthy habits a day and a mini challenge every day. So
Oh, nice.
an actual script for the whole thing. So anyone's welcome to grab it at any point in time and use it.
I love that group, by the way. I think it was I love how well-rounded it was.
Yeah, it's a good intro to sort of just the general way that challenge groups do, and the mini challenges make it fun because they're actually forces them to be interactive.
I actually looked through that today, Laura, and it was awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Heads on his desk for babysit in case you wanted to be somewhere else.
Oh, hang on, I think.
Wow.
It's someone's TV on.
Work.
Oh, it's a funny thing.
Our lives.
Oh my gosh, that's totally okay. Does anyone have anything else they want to add, or any other ideas that you think would be beneficial, whether it's like in the trainings that we're doing, like anything? I mean, I know we're going to have a Coach Basics too, which is going to be much broader and cover a lot more things. But if there, and we don't even have, we don't necessarily have to talk about it now, but if you guys ever have ideas like, oh, this would be so good to put like in your Smart Start training or in the BAT training or in like a Coach Basics, like always feel free to either like reach out to one of us or to just post it in the team page. Like, I'm always looking for great ideas. If you have a coach, like a brand new coach that's asking you certain things and you don't find it in a training, or you think it would be a good idea to either create a whole new training or add it to something, always feel free to bring that stuff up and let me know, and we can, see what we can do with it. And definitely, I want to help everybody as much as we can. This business, when you get started, can definitely be overwhelming because there's a lot of easy things about it, and then there's a lot of difficult things about it. So, but I don't want anyone to ever feel so overwhelmed that they want to quit, because it's definitely, I've had moments like that myself, but, I want to make sure, like always reach out to me or to your upline coach, or talk about it in the team page. Like, let us know if you're struggling with something, or if you can't figure something out, or you haven't learned something yet. That's what we're there for. And it's all something that you will learn over time. There's a lot, the main things, I think a big reason why they have the 3 vital behaviors is because those are fairly simple things. Invite people to things, be proof of the products, like do the workouts, do your shakes, share that, and do personal development. Like, if anything, do those 3 things, and then the rest, through trainings, over time, with experience, through asking questions, you'll get all the other stuff. It'll come to you eventually. Some stuff I still don't understand, but a lot of the stuff, like like when I tell some new coaches, I'm like, oh, so you need to make sure that you have a coach on either legs to turn emerald. And they're like, legs? Like, what do you mean legs? It's like, what? But that's confusing. And then when you start talking about cycles, they're like, cycles? Like, what do you mean? It's confusing, but I promise you,
Right over my head.
Yeah, trainings are going to have all that information, and the trainings are there too, so you can comment and ask questions if you need clarification on something. Please ask. No question is a dumb question. I promise you, you're never going to be the first person or the only person to have whatever question it is that you're having. So please always ask if you have questions, whether it's in the training groups. You know, we want participation. We want people commenting, doing the trainings and everything like that. So never feel bad about asking questions, and always make suggestions if you have them. We're a team, so I want everyone to be successful. And I think that's everything.
I actually do have a quick question on
Yes.
that subject. So I'm running into recently, I mean, I'm like into my 3rd month now coaching, and came out like, you know, sold a ton of challenge packs and was really excited, and then people are just not continuing. And I'm finding it's like when I'm reminding people about their on-demand charge, their free trials up, then they're like canceling everything. So I'm wondering how other people handle, you know, reminding them about the fees, but not
in the way that they're like, oh, thanks for the reminder, I'm going to cancel now.
yeah, they're like, oh, I'm getting charged again, a lot of money. Like, no, I'll cancel it all. And so I'm just struggling with how to handle that and how to kind of remind them that, you know, they're going to be charged so they don't get upset, but also, you know, I don't want them canceling on me either. So
I'm glad that you just said that. Another group that I'd like to try to start doing every month is like a 5 or a 7 day Shakeology challenge, where we can either put people who are new to Shakeology, or we can put people who like just got their Shakeology into these groups. And I want it to be educational about Shakeology. So like, what are the ingredients? What are they doing for you? Like, why? Basically teaching people like, this shake costs what it costs for a reason, and it's worth every damn penny. Because a lot of the times I think people just, you know, especially with the challenge packs, like they get it and they start drinking the shakes, but you know, it's kind of hard to keep up with everybody and to have these private conversations like, oh, just so you know, Shakeology has this in it. Like, that's kind of like, I don't know if that would be weird, or if people would respond to it in the same way as if we kind of had this like I don't know, like a group set up for them to learn about what it is they're drinking, what it's doing for your body, and what, like, encouraging them, like, you're going to want to stay on this. And talking too about how, like, so many people will think it's overpriced, but when you break it down to the daily price, and you compare that to, say, like a Starbucks latte or a Panera sandwich or soup, or, you know, stuff that like a lot of people might get for breakfast or lunch when they're out. If you compare Shakeology to that, and we show them that they're saving money by staying on this, then it might kind of change people's perspective and keep them excited about wanting to continue on the shakes. So that's another thing that I'm hopeful to start trialing, at least maybe next, if I can put it together by next month, hopefully then. But and that could also be a great way to get new people to just try Shakeology. They could buy like 5 or 7 day samples from us, or they could buy the new sampler pack, which has one of every flavor, and get started on it. And then, you know, if we have a challenge group coming up next and they want to continue the shakes, then that's a great opportunity to invite them to get a challenge pack and join, you know, a group that's going to start motivating them for fitness too. So, but to kind of answer your question the way you asked, honestly, I don't know. That's kind of what I've done myself for reminding people. And I totally understand your frustration. Like, if people are canceling, that's such a bummer. But and there's only so much you can do to like convince them at that point. But if you think about it, though, I think you're doing a good thing by letting them know before, versus the opposite, where if you didn't remind them and they got the charge and they came to you all pissed off that, well, why am I getting charged again? Or like, I didn't sign up for this, because a lot of people forget that when they get a challenge pack, it's home direct, like that's automatic. I would be frustrated too. I understand that, but I think by you reaching out to them and letting them know, I still think that's better than not doing that. Because I think if they were going to cancel, they would have been upset if they got charged anyway. So, but I wonder if I don't know, I'd have to think, does anyone have any ideas of like wording for that might kind of, I mean, I guess if they're not already a coach on your team, you could say, like, if you're liking the shakes, like, definitely let me know. We can set you up with a 25% discount or something, or like I can set you up with a discount. But, you know, other than that, I'm honestly not sure if there's a better way to, not that I can think of right now, but there must be, so.
I was just going to say that. Sorry, I got to plug in my computer, which is why I'm walking around. But I usually find that the people that have canceled or want to cancel are the ones that didn't use it steadily for the month. So they have a back stock and they have like, 2 weeks worth of shakes left, and they're like, I'm not going to pay for another month. So what I've been trying to do with my first monthers or my first 2 monthers is check in with them once a week, talk about how they're feeling, make sure they're drinking their shakes every day, talk to them about how awesome it is, and really talk it up so that by the time it's like to the point where they're going to have to cancel or they're going to want to cancel, I've already either gotten the gist that they might be canceling because they haven't been doing it or haven't been responsive, or we've had lots of conversations about it and they're super excited about it. And then I always offer the coach upgrade before I offer the cancellation thing. So I'll say, you seemed, really excited about your shakes. I'm so glad you're feeling great. Let's get you that discount before you get charged for next month's shakes. And they'll be like, oh, okay, well, what's that? And we'll talk about that. And then I'll be like, oh, by the way, cancel your on-demand membership if you don't want that. Like, that's kind of like the side note. So I don't necessarily give them the option to cancel Shakeology. I give them the option to upgrade. Once in a while, they'll say, I don't even think I'm going to continue, and then that's fine. But most of the time, they're like, no, I'm going to give it another shot. So I'm the queen of discount coaches over here.
That's a really good idea, though.
The kind that I can't seem to find.
Oh my God, you're so funny. Hey, you know what, though? If you get people that are consistent on this stuff, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they come around. At least one of them. You never know.
You'd think.
So do you find you have better luck waiting to sign them up as a discount coach until the second month? Because I'm signing most people up as discount coaches because most people, when I tell them the price difference off the bat, they're like, yeah, it's cheaper, fine. They want to do it that way anyways.
Yeah.
But I guess the first month, what I'm realizing now is it costs the same the first month anyways. And that might be an easier way, like Laura just said, like to, in the second month to, if you offer it, that it's going to be cheaper and it may keep them more interested in Shakeology instead of realizing like, oh, now I'm just getting charged anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of, it's not a huge deal. I expected that some people aren't going to stick with it. And like Laura said, it seems to be the people that are like, worried about price and they're not drinking it every day, so they're not seeing the results. They're not, and I'm trying to encourage them to drink it every day, but it comes, a few of them, it's just coming down to cost, and I don't think I would be able to convince them either way, I guess. Maybe that's just the case.
And sometimes, unfortunately, that does happen. I do remember, so that one of the national wake up calls, I think it was the Bonnie Engel one that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. She talked about like how she posts. I don't remember what the whole call was about, but one of the things she said was how she will publicly post about objections that she hears from people and kind of like talk about why it shouldn't be an objection, like why it's like you're not going to like flat out say like people object to Shakeology because of the price and you can word it in a way that it makes a good post, but like you can kind of talk about, I used to think these shakes were too expensive too, or like something along the lines that says like a lot of the times it's perceived that these are overpriced. You can, if you felt the same way too, you can say you did, but then like talk about why you believe so strongly that they're not, what they've done for you, like, share share stuff like that publicly, maybe these people will see it. But also for like future people, it will get them interested to, you know, reach out to you, but then it'll also kind of be educating your audience about the shakes a little bit more too. So I mean, I don't know if that's going to like affect anyone that you have signed up, but that was just kind of a random idea that I thought of that might be. And same thing for like other things that people object to, like there are strategic ways that you can post about them to kind of not call people out, but like, you know, say you understand, you know, your understanding of that as an objection, but you know, you believe otherwise or whatever. So, but yeah, some people are just gonna get stuck on the fact that they're pricey, and you know, you do your best to try and explain how valuable they are, but doesn't always work, which is so frustrating because I just like want everyone to like this stuff because it's so damn good. Does anyone have any?
I did have a win this week and finally got both my parents on board, and they were like really on the fence about price because my mom is just like, she's such a bargain shopper, so she is just like killing her. And she knew that my dad especially, you know, would benefit from it, but actually they came out to California this week to visit us, and you just saw how healthy we eat, and I was giving them Shakeology every day and showed her like some of the videos that I share with customers, and she was like, okay, sign me up. So that was a win.
That's a huge win.
That's awesome. My mom took like 12 months. So that's good that you got it that fast.
I know. My mom for like 2 years randomly will tell me, oh, I really need to start those shakes. And I'm like, Mom, come on. Try it.
Those
I've
too.
been working on
I know, both mom and dad. Like Renee, we got to talk to them. We got to talk some sense into them. I've tried. Like our dad is a chocolate fiend. He loves his chocolate.
But see, I don't like the chocolate though. I don't think he'd like the chocolate
Oh, I think he would like the chocolate. I love the chocolate.
because it doesn't taste like chocolate to me at all.
What?
I can only drink the vanilla.
Oh,
So weird to me. I love the chocolate. Oh my God, you're so funny.
I was like gagging when I had the chocolate, like literally gagging. But I'm also like super picky. I eat like a 6-year-old, so that's really no surprise there.
Yes, you do. She does. It's funny.
No, it's really bad
But
actually.
yeah, we got to talk to them, talk some sense into them. I'm like, Dad, just have a chocolate Shakeology or make chocolate treats from like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
He like eats what are those things called?
Those
Tootsie.
nasty coconut things.
Like he eats those like awful chocolate treats, like I don't even remember what they're called.
Oh, like
The
I know
cupcakes.
exactly. Ring dings or something.
Oh my God.
I know, it's terrible.
He's obsessed with those. No, and he eats those nasty coconut puff things that are like probably like not even real food. It's
Yeah. Nothing real in those. Anyway. Well, gee, thank you guys again for hanging out. I hope you guys are all as excited about these trainings as I am and Lara. I think it's going to be awesome. I'm so pumped about this. And yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of the week. Is today Thursday? Today's Thursday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, wow. All right. We're almost halfway through March. So if you haven't hit Success Club yet, I haven't.
A girl
So
from work is buying a challenge pack.
what?
I said I have a girl at work who's gonna buy a challenge pack.
Yay! That's fantastic. Awesome. All right, guys. Have an awesome rest of the night. Thanks again. Talk soon.
Thanks.